host Jasmine here with another very special segment of Fridays with Friends on my blog, Finding a Better Way. Today I'm sitting here with another very special guest, Dr. John Pelley, who is an associate professor of medical education here at the School of Medicine. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Pleased to be here.
I feel like I've been just kind of struggling as a student, just struggling to survive, and it got me thinking about how often students struggle to just get by as opposed to thriving. So, Dr. Pelley, could you talk a little bit about how students might better thrive in school rather than just merely surviving in school?
Yes, I have had experiences with students that stem back about 30 years and encountered students who were trying to survive, as you say, and struggling and not understanding what was happening to them. And it was only when I learned how to teach them about themselves and about how they were learning compared to other ways to learn that I started having success. So the bridge to communicate with them was through understanding.
So to have an awareness of their self-awareness?
What you would call learning style, but not in the traditional sense. Learning style usually is used to limit the way a student studies just to what they like best. Well, it turns out that that also limits the thinking they need to do in medical school. Medical school requires total thinking, so I learned how to teach them the other way. If you're a person who likes details, your other way is a big picture, and vice versa. And people usually in the medical class sort out to one or the other. And so it's not hard to teach either type of student how to learn the other way and make a more complete learning.
So you're promoting kind of their strengths and what they can do and adding to what they can do. And
you start with strength because that's positive and it's less threatening. You have to always realize, as you do as a student, when people are under pressure, they'll overreact to their fear. So you start with what is positive, and that's what they're already doing well. And then you build on that, and you show how, if you do this in addition, then you're going to be a better doctor. But where students run into the biggest problem here is that what got them here isn't necessarily enough to get them all the way through if they don't grow. See, and I never use the word change because it implies becoming something you're not. You never want to tell a person they have to do that. You simply want them to see themselves as developing.
I love that. I love that concept of growth because, like you said, when you're overwhelmed with things, you might be confronted by the fear and overreact to that fear, and therefore it's good to know what you are good at, and then you can grow to understand that you can also become better at something else. I think that's a good way to look at it because I think for me and maybe for other people it's applicable to other areas of life. If you're in a new environment and you don't quite know how to navigate it, you get nervous and you feel that you can't. But if you feel that you can eventually learn how to, I think that that's probably the mindset that you need to have to thrive.
Yeah. One actual unexpected good outcome of all this, that fear that you have turns into energy. Once you're aware of yourself and what you have to do, you're no longer battling a mystery. Now you're confronting a known thing that you just need to get started and work. And so all of that fear that used to dissipate your energy is now focused on getting the job done. And it works every time.
I can see that. I can sense that because I know after the first exam I like reevaluated everything and it's like, okay, what do I need to do better this time and for the next exam? And it can, like, the fear can either paralyze you or transform into that energy to grow more. So these are concepts that can just be widely applicable to further along in our careers and in any other type of life situation. So I thank you for talking with me today.
It's
Hopefully
a pleasure.
It encourages y'all to have a different approach to your challenges instead of being fear-ridden, to just use that energy from that anxiousness to progress and grow in those areas.
I think you've got the right idea.
So
I'm glad we've had a chance to convey that.
Well, thank you very much for being here today.
Okay, great.
And that wraps us up for this segment of Fridays with Friends. See y'all next time.